judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now!
How do you like it? On the shot, so aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference, live on DAZN.
Yes, hello, welcome to Glasgow and welcome to a very special press conference to launch Land of the Brave.
47 years of promoting boxing. What a ride it's been. I was 23 years old at the time. I got an invite from the Boxing Board of Control to take a licence out. Back then, it was all run by the cartel.
We have a new promoter in British Championship Boxing, Frank Warren.
People liked it, I think, the fact that someone was taking the cartel on. I've never been afraid about shaking things up and working with new media.
This is a bit of a dream come true.
Pay-per-view, satellite TV.
Very proud of Amir. What he done was fantastic.
Bringing shows in from America Live. I've been lucky enough to promote some of the biggest names in boxing.
I'd like to thank Mr. Frank Warren for having me over here.
Just when you think it can't get any bigger, my mobile rang. We get this call from His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Off we went to the races. I'm as competitive as my fighters, and I fight for my fighters. I'm always looking for the next challenge, and I know there's one there now.
Queensberry arrives at the home of boxing, DAZN, multi-year deal, let's go.
This is a company that is devoted to boxing. They have a worldwide platform. And for us, that is very, very important to do what Queensberry is doing, to be expanding and building, working together for the betterment of boxing, as I believe it will be.
Hey everyone, I'm Ariel.
And I'm Ade.
Introducing the Ariel and Ade Boxing Show. All the headlines and hard-hitting debate from the world of boxing.
And we've got special guests every single week.
So if you love boxing, you'll love this program.
Every Tuesday, live on DAZN.
Greatness comes to DAZN this summer. The world's best players will be summoned together to decide the greatest club on earth.
Vinicius, great chance to score.
Goats will battle Wonder Kids. Fire will meet ice. From Boca to Bayern, PSG to Palmeiras, 32 clubs from across the globe will compete to be crowned
Rodrigo, what a strike that was.
world champion. And this summer, Haaland won't be watching from home, but you can, on DAZN. In every country in the world. FIFA Club World Cup. Watch on DAZN from the 14th of June.
Here today who've made the effort, turned up, and we made this open to the public because we had a feeling a few would turn up. This is the launch press conference for Land of the Brave, a stunning night of championship boxing coming to the OVO Hydro May 24th, live in the UK and around the world on DAZN. Now, in the four-belt era, there have only been 11 men who have been undisputed world champion. You're looking at names like Alexander Usyk, Beterbiev, Bivol, Canelo, Terence Crawford, guys like that, legends like that. Well, amongst those names, male fighters, is this man, Josh Taylor. At one point, not so long ago, he held every single world title belt in the super lightweight division. He breathes rarefied air as one of the finest boxers ever produced by Scotland and the UK. He's a modern legend. But what do legends do? What do great fighters do? Just when you think they've completed the game, just when you think they've done it all, they set new targets, new challenges, new goals. And on May 24th, right here in Glasgow, the Tartan Tornado sets on a new challenge, a brave new challenge at the welterweight division. And he takes on this man, Ekow the Engine Essuman. It's Scotland versus England, and Ekow Essuman here is a former British, Commonwealth, European champion, very established at welterweight, and this should be an absolute cracker, May 24th. Ladies and gentlemen, this signals the return of big-time boxing to Scotland. This is the land of the brave. I'm looking around at this table today. I can see so many great fighters. I can see legends. I can see sons of legends. And I want to start with a legend sat at the very end of the table in Alex Arthur. Firstly, can we just get a round of applause for Alex Arthur? Everything he's done for Scottish boxing. And it will be Alex Arthur Jr. making his debut. And Alex, this is quite something, right? I mean, let's bring you in straight away. Senior. Is it right to call you senior? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's
kind of used to that now?
Genuinely called now, yeah.
Tell us about your boy here making his professional debut. It's a big show and a big moment actually for you as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, for him to be on a platform of this magnitude in his professional debut, you've got to first give thanks to the likes of Josh Taylor and Nathaniel Collins and Lee McGregor, because if it wasn't for those guys, you know, the platform for the young up-and-coming fighters wouldn't be there. So it's a fantastic time for Scottish boxing. The depth of talent we've got in the country just now is unbelievable, really. And, you know, when you look at that top table there, you can see for yourself. Yeah.
So what's he like then, your kid?
He's a pain in the arse. He's a very, very good lad, very dedicated and disciplined. He was with the Scottish high performance team right up to recently, where he went on a professional training camp with Willie Hutchison, and he came back and he said, "Dad, I want to turn professional. I don't want to stay amateur anymore." And it was his decision. It's not my decision. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just being a father and doing my role, really. Supporting him and, you know, and giving him all the education, all the knowledge and wisdom that I've picked up over the years, and pass it across. Yeah.
Well, let's hear from Junior. Junior, this is a big moment. This is pretty cool, huh? You sat up there at the top table, your dad on one side, all these great fighters. Glasgow have turned up. What are you thinking?
Excitement. Very excited. Obviously, I grew up watching Josh kind of lead the way when I was coming up. And I was watching, obviously it was a big part of my dad's career as well. So I've kind of been around it my whole life, and I just feel like now everything's clipped into place and now is the time to do so. So I'm looking forward to kicking everything off.
You did plenty as an amateur. Your dad mentioned some of it there as well. What can we expect as a pro?
More or less the same. I want to be busy, I want to fight often. I want to take the right fights at the right time, and obviously under the guidance of my dad and Frank Warren and stuff, I'm sure that everything will fall into place nicely.
How much of an influence has your dad been?
Massive influence, not just on me as a boxer, but as a young man growing up as well. I always looked up to my dad, and that's never changed, and I don't think it ever will. So it's great to have him still by my side.
How are you similar and how are you different?
I'm better looking.
If we could do a side-by-side, one of those screenshot things. Yeah.
I'm much better looking, and I will stand by that right up until the day he dies. But I think we're very different. Our upbringings were very different. Our styles are very different. I'm big, tall, southpaw. He was a wee, short, orthodox. But I mean, you'll see on the 24th of May when I have my professional debut, the differences in our styles and how we come across to the public and stuff.
Just to bring Senior back in, it felt like you caught a couple of strays there. You're not as good looking as your boy, and you were a wee fighter, something along those lines. Anything to respond with?
Well, I can't really say much about that. He's quite accurate, isn't he? So I am, or was, a wee. I'm not so wee now. I'm bigger than most people at this table now, so they should watch what they're saying.
Take that back.
Final one to Junior. What can we expect then, May 24th?
Fireworks.
I like that. I like that. Alex Arthur Jr. makes his pro debut May 24th. Looking forward to that. Okay, before we speak to a young man at the end of the table, Drew Limond there, He's very early in his career. I feel like we should take a moment to just acknowledge his late father, Willie Limond, who I'm sure would have been here today. He did so much for Scottish boxing, a real legend of the game, the life and soul, and achieved so much. He's carrying on his legacy through Drew and his other children. But if we can, just take a moment to appreciate the late, great Willie Limond. Well, Drew, this is the first one on the big stage for you. What are you thinking? How are you feeling?
I'm just excited to be here. There's nothing better than fighting in front of the Scottish crowds, and it doesn't get much bigger than Josh Taylor at the Hydro, so I'm buzzing.
What are your goals?
Same as any other boxer. I want to win world titles. Nah, I want to do the same as your man to your right over there, Undisputed, everything.
And you're boxing on the same show as Josh, as you said, something you're excited about as well. Is he become a bit of a hero for young fighters coming through, a bit of a flag bearer?
100%. Like, what is it you say again? There's only 6 people to win Undisputed, and he's one of them. He's from Scotland. Like, I've watched him growing up, and he's just been a big inspiration. So the fact I'm fighting his undercard is amazing to me.
And that's going to be a big arena. It's only next door, the Hydro. Looks magnificent. You must be very excited about fighting there.
I'm buzzing. I watched my dad fight there. I think I'm going to fight it once there, but I've been there before. I've seen fights in it. I just can't wait to get going.
Feels like you were born for this, Drew.
100%. 100%.
I guess for you, on May 24th, it's just about making your dad proud and carrying on the legacy, huh?
That's it. Listen, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't really see it as carry on his legacy. I don't see me doing anything else, so I just see me doing this for the rest of my life.
Best of luck to you, Drew Limond. Can't wait for fight number 4 in the career of Drew Limond. OK, listen, we've got a good old-fashioned Glasgow middleweight tear-up on this show as well. We've got Rhys Bam Bam Porter against Aston Brown. The Scottish middleweight title was on the line. And I've got to tell you, I'm a fan of this fight. Let me start with Rhys Porter. We spoke earlier, and I've seen a few of your interviews as well. You've been crying out for a 50-50, a step up. This is it, right?
Correct, mate, yep. This is the one. You need to put yourself on a platform at one point, and what better show to do it on. So, aye, mate, I'm buzzing.
What are you thinking about your opponent? He's unbeaten as well. He's got a lot of promise.
A very good fighter. Very good. It's a big challenge, but I don't think enough fighters take these 50-50 fights so early on, and I feel as if I'm in the opportunity to do it, mate, and why not do it on this big show, eh? Show myself, prove it.
What do you feel the difference is? Why do you win this one?
Power. I think Aston's good, but he's getting to the later point in his career. And I think just being younger, more powerful, and I'm thinking he walks onto a shot.
Am I missing something? But Aston Brown's not up here, is he? I haven't missed him. So I guess Aston Brown will be somewhere watching this press conference. I guess he's looking at you, Rhys Porter. He's probably not liking what you're saying.
Probably not, no.
I wonder if you have a message for him.
Be ready. I'll be. It'll be a good fight. Let's do it.
Big fight for you, this. To get that Scottish middleweight title, that's a big moment.
Correct, definitely. And that's what you box for titles. To get and win, you're not here to get beat. And I'm buzzing just the fact that, same again, you're on the show with Josh, to fight on an undercard like that, it's just, unbelievable, really. I'm buzzing for it.
What's your prediction?
I'm hoping knockout. That's what we're going for. That's the plan. So, every time I fight, mate, I'm in there for a knockout. No, not to win on points. We're there to get them out, so that's the plan.
OK, best of luck to you. And I'm sure Aston Brown is somewhere watching this, has tuned in, has received that message. Feel free to respond, Aston Brown. Brilliant middleweight title fight coming up May 24th. OK, let's go to cruiserweight, where we've got an absolute cracker, just a fascinating cruiserweight title fight here. You've got the WBA Continental, WBA International and Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Aloys Jr from England defending his belts against David Jamieson from Scotland. So a bit of England versus Scotland. And I'll start with you here, David Jamieson. I mean, you You've boxed at a higher level so far. You've boxed for the British title. What are you thinking about this one? You just got too much experience for this kid?
I reckon so, Dave. First of all, just hi to everybody here and thanks for coming. But yeah, I do think so. I says I'm quite seasoned in the game now. I've took a couple of big step ups on the big shows. And your man there to your right, Aloys, he's young. He's strong, he's hungry, everything that you get with these lads, but I just think that'll be too long in the tooth for him.
Well, let me bring Aloys in straight away here. He might be too long in the tooth for you, young man. 21 years old, he's got a few years on you.
Yeah. You got a lot of years on me, but look what I've been doing so far. Look how I've been executing my opponents. Look, I know David Jamieson is going to come in strong like a bull. But the difference between me and David Jamieson is he's coming here to win, and I'm coming here to make a statement, and that's what I'm going to do.
Allow me to retort. No, fair play, big man. I think there's mutual respect there between the two of us. I hope training camp goes well. Let's dig in here, good old-fashioned stuff. No nonsense, no trash talk. Let's just go, get away, get the training in, turn up, and we'll put on a show on the night,
Absolutely, just no injuries, yeah?
Nice, mate. Good man.
I'm not done. Not done on this one yet. I feel like there's more. I know you're being nice, David. Aloys, I know you're being nice. Come on, mate.
Give me your lust, Dave. Give me your lust.
You want me to say, I'm going to punch him, I'm going to kill him, I'm going to murder him.
I know you've got more. I know you've got more, right?
Of course
This man, David Jamieson, he's only been stopped in good company, right?
Absolutely.
Chev Clark, Mikhail Lawal. Is it on your mind to do a better job? I know your ambition.
Absolutely. I'm incredibly ambitious, but I'm not in competition with nobody because David Jamieson's going to come in different from the time when he was in the ring with these guys. He's going to come in fresh, he's going to come in strong, he's going to come in the hungriest he's ever been. He definitely doesn't want to get knocked out by me, but the inevitable is going to occur.
He's the biggest puncher you've been in with?
Absolutely, he has 10 knockouts. So yeah, it's going to be a knockout dance.
A knockout dance that you win?
Absolutely.
It's not going the distance.
Listen, I think that's one thing that we are all agreed on. It's not going the distance. But listen, you've been up at heavyweight as well. You got a bit of a bang here. You feel like if you land on young Aloys, that's it?
Listen, of course, I'd campaigned my last 3 fights there, taking a bit of time after the jaw break to put a bit of muscle back in my frame. And, well, it's clear, three stoppages on the bounce. I can punch my weight at heavyweight and I can punch my weight at cruiserweight. So listen, I think, look at the way Aloys goes about his business and look at the way I go about it. This is not one to sleep on. Somebody's going to sleep. Excuse the pun. Don't sleep on this. Somebody's going to sleep.
Agreed, Aloys?
Agreed.
Okay, I am done. Thank you, David Jamieson. Thank you, Aloys Jr.
Thank you. Cheers.
So we got a bit more. Let's see what we get out of these boys here. We got Lightning Lee McGregor and Nathaniel the Nightmare Collins. This is Scotland versus Scotland. This is Edinburgh versus Glasgow. It's a brilliant WBC silver featherweight championship fight. So I understand it this morning. But let me bring in Lightning Lee McGregor here. What a fight! You're coming off that great win over Isaac Lowe. This is quite a challenge, though. He's got an unbeaten record to protect. He wants all the same things you do.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think there needs to be any bad blood to sell this fight. I think our achievements speak for themselves, and I think it's going to be a cracking fight, and may the best man win.
And you've boxed before as amateurs, I believe.
Yeah, we've boxed as amateurs. We've sparred numerous rounds. We know each other very well, yeah.
1-0 to you, I understand.
Yes, it's 1-0. But again, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It was a long, long time ago. The pros are completely different, as we both know. So it's going to be a 12-round, hard, good fight, and one that the fans should be really excited for.
Nathaniel, chance to, I know, Lee said it doesn't matter. Did it matter to you, though? You're the one who took that L as an amateur. You've got to avenge that, right?
You've been cooking that up for a while, haven't you? You've been sitting in that in the back. No, 1-0 to Lee. I think we fought when I was like 16, 17, didn't we? So, aye, like you say, the amateurs are very different. We've sparred hundreds of rounds, very different, you know. When you come to fight in front of a home crowd, I'm sure Lee's going to bring people by the hundreds, as am I, hopefully by the thousands. So, it's all to play for, really.
Where have you been? You've been through quite a lot, right? What's been going on?
Yep, I've been through more wars than this fight anyway. So, in the last year, I've been through 2 surgeries, a whole heap of madness. So, aye, to be back here on this stage, a stage of this magnitude, is a blessing in itself. I truly believe I'm destined to do big things, like everything that's happened to me, plus this fight on this stage and the hydro, like, in my eyes, that's written in the stars where I'm meant to go, and I just don't see me losing in the future, so that's all I can say about that.
So what is it that you do better than Lee McGregor then? What gives you the win? What takes you to victory May 24th?
I don't know. My skill set, you've seen me box my way to wins, you've seen me fight with people. Last 2 fights ago I got my nose broke, I fought 9 rounds with a broke nose. Like, I'm gritty, I'm determined, you know. I've been through too much in boxing and in my life to have any quit in me, so that partnered with my skill set is my danger. I'm willing to win by any means necessary, and if that's in the trenches, if that's a boxing masterclass, like, however that needs to be.
Got a response to that, Lee? Because I asked you earlier, you said pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, same goes. I think everybody knows that as well with me, so there's no quitting me, and this just makes for an absolutely fantastic fight. I think it's going to be very, very exciting. And I do feel like both of us have got skills, but both of us can really dig in and fight as well. So, yeah, the best man's going to win. You know, I feel like this fight probably has been brewing for a while. The respect's there, but it was always myself and Nathaniel's name that was getting mentioned. After Josh obviously passes the torch on, and someone else is going to need to lead the pack for Scottish boxing, and I believe the winner of this fight will do that.
Nathaniel, you've been at featherweight for I guess your whole career, actually, way longer than Lee McGregor has. Is your size a factor here, more established at the weight?
No, Lee's a big boy as well, and he was big for bantam or super bantam, or, you know, so I don't think it'll... I've been here, I'm settled into it, my strength is there. Yeah, I'm a natural featherweight, I'm a big featherweight, I would say, as well. Will that take a toll on the night? I don't know. Lee, like he's saying, has also been through, you know, just as much as I've been through. He's just as determined, just as gritty. We've both came through the Scotland setup. I've seen him fight many times, so I know what he's about. So, will the size play a factor? I don't know, but hopefully.
Well, they call you the Nightmare. Are you a nightmare for Lee McGregor?
I'm a nightmare for anybody. Southpaw, I can box, I can fight. It's how I earned my name, so yeah, I'll be a nightmare for Lee McGregor on the night.
Ready for a nightmare, Lee?
Yeah, I'm ready for anything. I have been my full career. You know, I've took on the biggest and best challenges from the very get-go. You know, I fought for the Commonwealth title, the IBF World Youth title in my 4th fight. Fought for the Commonwealth title in my 5th fight. So I've took on any challenge that's been presented to me. It's been no different. I feel like Nathaniel was the exact same person as me. You know, he just wants to provide for his family. He's got a young daughter like myself. We want to change our family's lives, and by winning this fight, we will go on to do that.
Okay, best of luck to both of you. I don't think we're going to get much needle, but what a fight. What a fight this is going to be in the featherweight division. Absolutely cannot wait for it. All Scotland affair. Okay, let's talk about this main event. Let's talk about Josh Taylor and Ekow Essuman. And I want to get an immediate kind of word from you, Josh Taylor. I guess this is all built around you. It's a new promoter. it's a new weight, it feels like a bit of a new Josh Taylor. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah, it's great. And then, obviously, firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to Queensberry for the opportunity to put a big show back in Scotland. It's been a couple of years since we've been here, and it's great to be the headliner and have the opportunity to put these younger lads and the stars, the future generation coming through to showcase their skills and their talent, you know, because in Scotland we're kind of starved for shows and boxing up here. The hard lever comes up here, you know. It was Alex Harford, then it was Ricky Burns and Scott Harrison, and now myself carrying it. So it's good to have an opportunity here, to have a show here, and Queensberry putting it on. So thank you for putting it on in Scotland and giving these younger lads opportunity to showcase their skills, and hopefully they can go on and bring big shows and keep bringing shows to Scotland. So yeah, just thank you to Queensberry for putting it on here.
Hey, thank you, because it wouldn't be happening without you. So just round of applause for Josh Taylor. So I've heard about a new mentality. I've heard about a hunter kind of mentality. Talk to me about this, Josh.
Yeah, well, I've touched on this before. You know, I've been there and done that and wore all the 4 T-shirts at light welter. Now I'm back to being the hunter. You know, I'm nothing at welterweight. I'm coming up here to try and prove a point that I can become a 2-weight world champion. And I've chosen a very, very tough and tried and tested opponent in Ekow here. He is a great fighter. He's very tough, very strong. In the engine, he gets called. You know, he comes and gives everybody a tough night. So I'm expecting a tough night, and it's given me that fire in my belly and a little bit of the fear factor, which is what I need during this training camp to bring the best out of myself. And I believe I will get the best out of myself in facing Ekow here, because I know that he brings the fire. You know, I was teammates with him on Team GB. We'd done a few rounds a few years ago, but even then, he was always tough and strong. So I know what he brings to the table. So I know I've got my hands full, and it's one that I'm fully up for. I'm fully confident in as well, but I can't wait for this fight, and I'm fully up for this fight and the challenges ahead.
Well, let's bring in the engine. And Ekow, you have been crying out for a big fight for a little while now. This is it. This is the big fight so far. This is your man that you're looking at here in Josh Taylor. What are you thinking?
First of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Just like you said, Dev, I've been crying out for it for a while now to just break out of that little pond that I was fighting in. And yeah, hella excited for it. Former Undisputed champion. It's a nice big step up, and it's good to be here on the top table. Main event, really excited for it.
Perfect fight for Ekow Essuman. What do we think?
Yeah, perfect fight for Ekow Essuman. You'll see flickers of the engine, flickers of the Spectre. You'll see different sides to me, and that's exactly why I wanted these big fights. I was thinking, people's just thinking, he's just got that good engine, he's just got this and that. But they've slept on a few different sides to me.
Is that kind of what you're picking up from what Josh said there? Because he was very complimentary, said, you know, you're strong, you keep coming, you got that engine, he knows from when you sparred him. Do you think there's a few attributes being overlooked, missed out?
No, not even. Like, I've got respect for Josh. I've been like pretty shoot from the hip with him, and he knows that. I don't think he's sleeping on me in any way, shape or form. Like, he's just been focusing on what he's been focusing on. So it is what it is.
You'll be going into the Lion's Den.
I performed the best in the Lion's Den.
Great. Makes for a great fight, doesn't it? So, yeah, as I say, there's absolutely no bad blood between me and Ekow here. I'm quite friendly with him. But our careers are on the line here, so I'm looking to become a force at welterweight, and I've chosen a very, very tough opponent for my first fight at welterweight. I've never been one to shy away from tough fights. I've done it my whole career, and I thought, what a great one to go with Ekow here. And you know, this one will show that I'm ready for the big fights at welterweight. And yeah, I'm looking forward to May 24th in may the best man win. All the best in training camp, and have a good one, and see you soon.
Yeah, all the best, man. Really excited for it. I was told I wasn't the first choice, but that doesn't really matter because I got it, so I'm excited.
Was he not first choice?
Hey, I got the name given, man. I said yes. I gets the name, and I say yes. I say yes to everyone.
Let me ask you this. I know we've sort of said bye, but I'm not done. Sorry, fellas. Let me just ask you this. You said to Andrew McCart, who I can see here. Hi, Andrew. Nice to see you. You said that Josh Taylor, at your best, you can outbox and outfight him. Is that something you're standing on?
Absolutely. I believe I can do that with everyone when I'm at my best. I've done it. I've proven it. You know, I've been there and done it. I believe when I'm firing on all cylinders and I'm performing, I can beat every fighter in the world, and I truly believe that.
Ekow, I don't think I've ever seen you outfought, so that would be a real new thing there if Josh Taylor comes along and outfights you.
Like it, he was former undisputed champion. He's got a lot of layers to him, so he can try it, but it just is what it is. We're in for an exciting fight. We're both similar in that respect. We both come forward. We're both very aggressive. He's a good counter-puncher. People don't know that I'm adept at counter-punching, but it's the perfect stage to show the other things that I can do and to what level as well.
Do you think he's still the fighter he once was?
I guess we're going to find out.
Find out, May 24th.
Give us your prediction, Josh.
Just a Josh Taylor win. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes early, but given our two styles and the way we gel and the way I think we're going to fight, I wouldn't be surprised if I can get him out there early. But it remains to be seen. It could be a 12-round boxing match, high-level skill match, but yeah, just a Josh Taylor win. Absolutely no doubts in my mind.
Over to you, Ekow. You are welcoming Josh Taylor to your weight. What have you got to say?
Well, just like him, I predict Ekow Essuman win. The bloodlust has been there. I'm just chomping at the bit for it. I've got itchy knuckles. I don't have anything personal against him, but he's the other guy at the other side of the ring. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Ekow. Thank you to everyone at this top table. Tickets are on sale 10 o'clock Friday. Via Ticketmaster. It's got it up there. Ticketmaster.co.uk. Do not miss this, 24th of May at the Hydro. Thank you all for coming. And we'll get some face-offs down the front here now as well. What a night this will be for Alex Arthur Jr. Just seen him pictured there with his father. A nice father and son moment, that. Plenty of good banter between them, almost a kind of rivalry at times as well. And Alex Arthur Jr. adamant that he is the better looking Arthur. Well, we'll leave that to you viewers to decide. Alex Arthur looks in great nick here today. Great to have him here in Glasgow. One of the real legends of Scottish boxing. As was this man's father. You are looking at Drew Limond, of course the son of the late Willie Limond. Just 18 years old. He's just a baby. Just at the very start of his career now. Fight number 4 for him coming up May 24th in the land of the brave. Great to have Drew Limond on the show. Great to have Alex Arthur Jr. on the show as well. Just surnames that mean so much to Scottish boxing. And what about this cruiserweight contest here? David Jamieson, Aloys Jr. I feel like Aloys probably would have gone a little bit more at the press conference just then, at the kind of chat that they had, but David Jamieson didn't really want to go there, didn't want to get involved in any real back and forth, and he's a man on a mission. He knows what he's up against, and there's the handshake. But Aloys Jr, 21 years old, is on a bit of a tear through the cruiserweight division right now. This is the step up in his career. He will be heading into the Lion's Den as they have a little, almost a little boogie there. But there will be no dancing on May 24th. This is a fantastic cruiserweight fight between two heavy, heavy hitters. Very much looking forward to that. Aloys Jr, David Jamieson. A few cruiserweight baubles on the line as well, Commonwealth silver. And here is a little bit of Edinburgh versus Glasgow in Glasgow, an all-Scotland affair. One of the best fights that actually you can make between Scottish fighters right here. Nathaniel Collins and Lee McGregor. Collins, of course, the former British Commonwealth European silver champion. And Lee McGregor, he won a lot as well. Down at bantamweight, he was on a tear. British, Commonwealth, European champion. He's moved up to featherweight. He's coming off a brilliant win over Isaac Lowe in Riyadh. Two momentum fighters, two fighters who want it, two fighters who mean it. They've sparred plenty of rounds. It's pretty friendly between them. But once again, when that first bell rings, this could well be fight of the night. The Nightmare, Nathaniel Collins, against Lightning, Lee McGregor. What a show this will be, May 24th at the Hydro. Brilliant fight, plenty of love there, plenty of respect. WBC Silver Featherweight Championship on the line. Well, let's have a look at this main event now. Here's Ekow Essuman, really a man who's been crying out for a big fight. Recently involved in two Fight of the Year contenders against Owen Cooper and Ben Vaughan. And this could be another Fight of the Year contender against Scotland's hero, one of Scotland's greatest ever fighters. He breathes rarefied air as an undisputed world champion. He's done it all at super lightweight. And now he launches this brave attack on the welterweight division. They're bigger up there. Ekow Essuman has been there his whole career. What kind of welcome will this be for Josh Taylor at 147 pounds? Because Ekow Essuman is not the kind of guy that you test the water against. He will come to fight. He is stubborn and he will not go away. Both men need this win. Both men need this fight. Absolute cracker of a main event on May 24th. Live in the UK and around the world on DAZN. There it is, Josh Taylor, Ekow Essuman. Well, here's what else is coming up on DAZN.
Hello, people. Me again. Fight week on DAZN is non-stop action. Access all areas of the biggest fights. That and so much more, even before the bell rings.
Finally, to get my hands. These little YouTube watchers, they're gonna see what a real fighter feels like.
JJ is coming
back.
Mark my words, that motherfucker is going down.
I guarantee you I'm not getting this out. Watch.
He can talk the talk, but now he's got to walk the walk. Let's see some thunder!
Okay, well, we're back in the room, and look who I've got with me. Alex Arthur Jr., how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. I
Oh, here
loved
we
it.
go. Here comes
I sure
trouble.
did.
We've got junior, senior going on here. So I don't know if we can properly look here, because you were adamant, Alex,
Yep.
that you are better looking than your father. He
Yeah.
was adamant about this.
Is it not clear
shall we
now
sort
we're
of-
both on the TV?
Which one should we look at? Let's look down. Let's look down this one. Let's see.
We can get a poll or something going on
Let's
Instagram.
get a poll going or something. But listen, proud moment for you to have your boy making his debut. Such a big show. Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, I mean, it's like I said before, it's a fantastic achievement, or it's a fantastic event to be involved in for young Alex. The platform here is massive. Of course, it's going to be live on DAZN. You know, undercard of Josh Taylor, undisputed world champion from Scotland. Also undercard of Lee McGregor and Nathaniel Collins, which, you know, I don't think got enough credit up there. I think it's an unbelievable fight. I think it's going to be one of the best fights we've maybe seen in this country. I'm not even exaggerating. You know, I was involved, of course, in maybe the biggest all Scottish fights, you know, in the past, against my great friend Willie Limond, against Craig Docherty, against Ricky Burns. You know, I was involved in 3 big Scottish fights, all Scottish fights. So McGregor and Collins is going to be unbelievable. So for Alex to be on a card of that magnitude is amazing, really. Yeah, great.
It must be perfect to make your debut. When you thought about when you could make your pro debut, this was perfect, right? This is the dream. Hydro, Josh Taylor undercard.
There was no hurry. Really, there was no rush to jump into anything rash. When this opportunity arose, I knew it was meant to be. There was no other option.
And you're with Queensberry as well. You've come to Uncle Frank. You're doing all the right things.
Funnily enough, there's an interview that Frank has actually asked us to dig out of me sitting on the side of the ring after one of my dad's fights, and he asked my dad, or somebody at an interview like yourself asked my dad, will your son box? And I was sitting there and he says, I wouldn't like him to, but if he does ever decide to box, it will be Frank who promotes him.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, we're here now.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember it very, very well. Yeah, we went down to visit Frank, and we had the chat, and Frank remembered as well, and he says we'll have to find that video to get it back out there in the media and let everyone see what was said back then. So I believe it was after. I think it was after the Stevie Foster fight in Edinburgh, 2007. I think it was my first world title defence, and yeah, and it was a tough all night, and yeah, they asked, Alex was right beside me at the side of the ring, and they asked, is he going to box? And I said, no, definitely not. But if he does, Frank will look after them. I kind of bypassed it off to Frank, so there you go.
So what made you want to box? Like, because, you know, your dad was saying, maybe not, but I guess you just had that itch in you. It wouldn't go away, huh?
I mean, I don't really know nothing else. I was brought up around it. I was brought up in it, in the depth of it, from a contender to a champion level. I've seen it all. Maybe it wasn't the ideal path my parents wanted me to go down, but it's happened, and I'm gelling, and it's working nicely, and I've done well so far, and I believe I've got a lot more to give and show, and I'm really excited to get my career underway on the 24th of May.
Can you pretend he's not here for a second and just tell me how good he is?
He's very good. He's very naturally talented. Ever since he was a young boy, we've got video footage of Alex, literally as a toddler. And without me having shown him anything, I didn't want to show my son's boxing or how to box. And we've got footage of him hitting a punch bag. And you would think that he was maybe 8 years old and trained, you know. Very, very naturally talented, to the point that he's learnt a lot on his own, you know, without me having to actually coach him. He was very much thrown in at the deep end because of his ability at quite an early stage of his amateur career as well. You know, he's fought Olympians, he's fought guys who have fought in the World Amateur Championships, and he'd only had 20 or 30 bouts, and he was more than holding his own. This was evident from quite a young age. He's left-handed, he's all back to front, he's very difficult to teach, and he does his own thing, you know, but it's very effective. What he does works. I've had to adapt my coaching strategies to try and help understand how Alec operates, and that's been quite tricky as well, because when I first started coaching him, I would coach him along the lines of what I would do if I was competing against him, but I've had to start looking at him from, you know, from his physical abilities, his mental aptitude, and start to try to develop him that way. And that's been a challenge in itself as well, you know. And but he's a fantastic young fighter. He's very, very quick. He's very alert. He's a brilliant counter puncher. He's got a good engine. He's physically very strong. So yeah, it's a really exciting time for him. Yeah, I'm really excited for him, you know.
It sounds like you're your own man as well. You obviously got the same name as your dad.
Yeah.
But you're very much your own man.
Very much so. We're very different people in our own ways, but we come as a package, and you'll see that. You'll see that.
I can't wait. Just a final word just on Willie Limond. You know, he'd be here. He'd be here for a show like this. He'd have been buzzing around it. Yeah. It's great that Drew's on as well, and kind of.
It's fantastic, and you know, a lot of people forget Drew's brother Jake is very, very good as well. I actually commentated on his last fight, and he put on a brilliant performance. He turned it around at the last minute. He's got lots of talent as well. Both Drew and Jake are both fantastic little fighters. Very, very good. I was friends with Willie from we were 12, 13 years old. We were very, very close, even though we fought. If I could give the victory back to have him back here, I would let him be the victor over in our contest. If I could have him back, I'd be happy to have lost the fight if he was still with us. You know, I don't really know any other way to put that across. But he's a massive miss to me. He was a very, very, very close friend of mine, so I can't even understand how much the boys must miss not having their dad there. It's my most important role in my life. I didn't really think that much of myself, to be fair, but my sons are everything to me. You know, I have another young son, Macklin, who's a 6-7-time national champion, international gold medalist, a fantastic young boxer as well, and all my time and everything goes into them, just like Willie did with his sons. So, you know, it must be unbelievably difficult, but I could stand here all day talking about Willie, so yeah, he'll never be forgotten, that's for sure.
Never be forgotten. Really nicely said. Best of luck to you, Alex, and we can shake hands. We can shake hands. Best of luck to you as well. This is going to be great fun, you two, and thank you for joining us. That was our launch press conference for Land of the Brave, May 24th, live in the UK and around the world on DAZN. From Glasgow, the return of Josh Taylor. He's back, but he's got a bit of a task. He's got Ekow the Engine Essuman up at welterweight. What is this Josh Taylor like? We'll find out very, very soon. See you next time.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now. Let's go. How do you like it? On the shot. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference live on DAZN.